Welcome to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and it's Girls Night. Oh, yes. All right. You may have done something many, many times, but there's nothing like that very first time. Whether it's that first time you sneaking out the house, first time you get that tattoo, the first time you got dirty, okay? It's something to remember. And I've got the ladies here who have stories to share. So I'm heading my butt on over to the couch to hear what they got to say. So let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
All right, let's talk with the ladies, shall we? We've got Kay Foster here. We've got Alexis Francisco. And we've got DJ Roses here for the first time. All right, we're talking about first times, okay? We're gonna start a little tame though, if we don't mind. All right, I hear y'all got some stories.
Juicy girl.
We're gonna start with sneaking out.
Damn.
Yes, you can say that. Welcome to the Nightcap.
All right, so when it came to sneaking out, I was always following my parents' rules. I didn't want to get in trouble. You know, I'm brown, so that's real.
Yeah.
Like, that's real things. And so I was seeing somebody, and so they lived maybe like 45 to 50 minutes away from me. So they drove past my house and they're like, sneak out, right? And so I was like a little nervous. And so at that time, I think I told my parents that I was gonna go to study like at 11 p.m. There's no reason to study at 11 p.m. for something. So I didn't come back until maybe like 4 a.m. Yeah. And so at that time, there's an alarm that goes on when the door opens and closes.
Yep.
But luckily, it was just a very smooth alarm that time. But I was just very, very scared that my parents were going to catch me at that time. But obviously, they know now.
They know now? Yeah. This is the first time finding out? Oh, so you successfully snuck out. Baby, you good. I never got caught either. Shout out, mama.
Right.
Okay, I knew how to open that window because the alarm be going off.
I guess living in New York, I didn't have we didn't live in a house in my teenage years. So it's like, how do you sneak out of an apartment? Like, you gotta open, I gotta take the chain off, open the 3 locks, and then it's a lot. I can't lock the door behind me. Like I never did. I said
never did that.
I'm good.
I think that's the waters.
All right.
I took my mama's car one day, but I never snuck out.
Ooh. That sounds crazy. All right, have y'all ever had your hearts broken?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plenty of times.
Who got a story for me? Because that first time is the worst. Oh, come on, Alexis. Let's go, baby.
No, so man, my high school sweetheart. We were together. He was the captain of the football team. I was cheerleader. We were that stereotypical
match made in heaven.
Yeah, it was. He was my boo, and we were supposed to go to college together. But I was senioritis to the absolute fullest that year. And I waited to submit all my college applications. So we were supposed to go to Western Connecticut together. He got in on a football scholarship. I waited, didn't get in on time. He was like, well, you're not coming. We're supposed to be going to school together. Basically broke up with me after prom. And when I tell you I was devastated and heartbroken, like I still mourn that relationship.
I mean, I feel it from you. I feel it.
I've talked to my therapist about it because he was we were just, I don't know, that was the love of my life. At least I thought.
Have y'all talked since?
We reconnected as adults when I think it was a couple of years after I moved to Houston. He was going to apply for a job over here and decided his dad passed away. So everything changed and he got back with his ex-girlfriend and they are now married with children.
And you are just in the past.
Just in the past.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Gone with the wind.
That heartache hurts, man.
Oh,
that
hurts
first one.
time.
All right, y'all are good with your heartaches?
Yeah. I've been through a lot of heartbreaks, but adulting is adulting.
Adulting is adulting.
Yeah.
It is. Life be a life and an adulting be adulting.
So you're not holding on to any heartaches
right
now?
Oh, absolutely not. You can go with the wind.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
See you when I see you.
All right. Sounds good. What about you? The same way? Like, bye?
Well, I think that things happen for a reason for sure. And so that person is not meant for you at that time. Probably not meant for you.
Well, I mean, that was my high school little sweetheart,
Yeah.
But
It's different.
That was the first heartbreak that I experienced.
Yeah.
So it was.
It hit.
Their first heartbreak is insane.
They always hit different. I feel like even if you see that person today, you like.
You have a soft spot for them.
You do.
You know?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
they're
those feelings always
they're always gonna hold a little
come up.
space.
Yeah.
Do you think that if you love someone, you will always love them some type
Absolutely.
of way,
Yeah.
regardless of how
Yes.
badly it ends?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Once you love
Yeah.
someone or you say those words, I love you, it's no taking that back.
Well, because you loved the person that they were when they
Once
were with
upon a
you.
time.
Once upon a time, exactly. So you'll always love that part of them, that love that they had for you, those feelings that they gave you. That's what you love.
To say that you'll love some people that didn't even deserve you at some point, that's a hard pill to swallow.
So like somebody who did you dirty,
Yeah.
you're like, that love is gone. Dead and gone.
Well, I've had somebody do me dirty, and I still had love again for the person that they were. I mourned the relationship and the friendship that we had, but then you think about the heartache and everything else, and of course you don't want that, but you mourn
The love.
the love
That
and the
love.
person that
That
made you
actual-
laugh and
Right. And I think-
respected you and everything.
Sometimes we mourn the person that once was. Like we were saying, like that person that we had like in the very beginning, we mourn that person and the vibe that we have and the things that we did and the love that we created. And a lot of times, more often than not, when we get down the road and it's like, okay, you know what, things go badly, even though we may hate that person, there are things that go on through the years where we're like, okay, you know what, I remember when this person did this for me, or when we did this. I love when that person did that. So I think it's always some type of love down the road, whether we want to admit it or not. Trauma kind of holds on to a lot of things.
Right,
So
right.
we just mimic that.
Rose is like that part.
Right.
That part. All right. Okay. Well, I know you got some first time stories that you got to share. So
I do.
y'all stay right there because this first time continues after the break. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about our first times, but before I get to the ladies on the couch, we sent Jen out on the streets to ask people about any firsts that they remember. Check it out.
Drive stick shift in the car. That was the first.
We just had that. We just talked about it. Yeah, they said they burned up the engine.
Oh,
It was a disaster. And we were dating too, so.
23 years ago.
Oh my goodness, it was a disaster.
Yes. Yeah.
Was it your car?
It was my car. Yeah. Unfortunately. But
You
she's
had to say rest in peace to that baby, huh?
yeah, it's done. So my first time I ever got real drunk, I was at my late friend's house. He had not passed away, but leaving his house, I was trying to make an announcement, but I said, "Hey, everybody," and I literally fell backwards. I said, "Whoop," right in the door, showed up to the apartment. They was like, "Yeah, he's drunk. He ain't driving."
Did you hurt yourself?
No, it was like the Holy Ghost caught me.
Oh, well, thank goodness for the Holy Ghost. Hallelujah.
Thank goodness for the Holy Ghost. All right, I got my girls Kay, Alexis, and DJ Roses in the building. We heard from Roses, we heard from Alexis, but we haven't heard from you. Do you actually have like a good drinking, your very first time drinking? Do you remember that?
I was in the 10th grade. I had went to the senior prom, child. I went to the senior prom, and all of my friends, so I've always been that friend that was always younger, and I hung out with older people.
Right.
And so I was, 15 or 16, and I was toe up. I was drinking Burnett's vodka. It's a little $6 bottle.
What is Burnett's vodka? Is that a bad?
It's bad. It's terrible, child. Like Alto's, it's cheap. So my
Smirnoff.
daddy bought it for me, and I was toe up. And we went to the senior prom, and my history teacher at the time was chaperoning the prom. And she's like, "I smell alcohol in your breath." I'm like, "No, you don't." And so we left there, and I was with seniors that time, and we went into this hookah spot. And so back at home in Virginia, we had this hookah spot that was, if you were 18, you could take minors in with you. I don't know how this happened,
That is
but girl,
wild.
as long as they had an ID that they were 18, we could get into the spot. So we got into the spot, and I'm in my prom dress. I'm in like a fully blown prom dress, makeup done, my hair is done. I'm in the trash can over here throwing up, and that was a time to be had. Since that time, I'm like, I never wanted to relive that moment.
Really?
It was fun and it was an experience, but it was one of those times where, you know what? Once you did it, I did it, and that's it.
That was it for you. At 16, you
That
were
was
like, I ain't
it.
doing that again.
No, I'm not.
Man, I remember when I got
Alexis.
with one of my best friends. Her name is Alexis also. We went to school in Massachusetts. She was from Connecticut, and it was a weekend. We went to Connecticut for somebody's house party. I knew no one there other than her. And man, I remember so vividly like it was yesterday. Till this day, I can't smell raspberry flavored anything. We had gotten a bottle of raspberry Smirnoff vodka. Put it in a bottle. We left like this much. It was a 20-ounce bottle of Sprite. Left like this much Sprite and put the rest of it in there. And I was sitting in their like living space towards the front of the house, kind of by myself, just, you know, drinking the bottle by myself. She comes out and she's like, "Oh, you ready to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Absolutely.
I get up and that room started spinning 180 miles an hour. I was like, holy We had to stop on our way back to Massachusetts at least 3 or 4 times for me to like throw up on the side of the road. And she's laughing at me and I'm like laughing and throwing up at the same time. It was terrible. But till this day, I cannot and will never drink a raspberry or berry flavored any type of liquor.
That's a bad taste in your mouth.
Oh, traumatized. The smell, it makes my skin crawl. I hate it. Embarrassing.
Roses, you got a crazy drunk story?
Yeah, so one time while I was DJing, I decided to only drink tequila shots.
Oh, okay.
The reason being was that I didn't want to take bathroom breaks. It sucks when you're playing and then you have to take a bathroom break. So I was playing at one bar and then I had to go to the other one. So I took just straight tequila shots. And I remember I'm a small girl too. So I drank 6. And then when I headed to the other bar.
What was the time
frame? You were 6 at one.
6 at what? 6 in an hour? What was the time frame?
6 maybe in 2 hours.
Baby girl.
Yeah, that's
Baby
a lot.
girl.
And I remember going to the other bar and they offered me one more tequila shot.
And you took it.
That was the one. That was the one that did it.
That was the one that took you over.
I even told myself, I'm like, damn, like I'm holding my liquor tonight.
She was proud.
She was proud before that 7th shot.
Ooh, that 7th one, baby.
It's the only time I blacked out when I played. So I did my DJ set, took my shot, then I walked out of the DJ booth. I walked out and I don't remember anything. So my friends, luckily, I have a great support system, so they ended up taking care of me.
And they took care of your equipment, which is expensive as hell.
Right. That's
Okay.
good. That's
At the end of
really
the night,
good.
they got my stuff together because I was playing in a different equipment than the rest of them. So luckily I was taken care of and whatnot. But I felt strong that night. I really
Okay,
did.
come on now.
She was thugging it out.
Hello,
she said,
hello.
Let's go. Keep them coming.
And after that, I've never done only shots. I don't know what I was thinking.
All right, we got to get a little bit sexier. So when we come back, we're going to talk about that first time. The first time you thinking about. So you stay right there. Be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about first with my ladies. We've got Kay, we've got Alexis, we've got DJ Roses. All right, now we got to get into the Nightcap, be a little sexier. So everybody's thinking when they think the first time, they're thinking about that very first time they got down. But I know y'all got some of that and you got some coming out stories. So who wants to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Uh-oh.
Let me tell you about the time that I very first came out when I told my mama I dated girls. She always told me, Caitlin, you know what? You don't like girls. I'm like, Mama, what you mean? She's like, you don't like girls. I said, what does that mean? And she explained to me, she said, you know what? You're doing this because of things that may have happened in your past. And you're doing this because it's just passing time. I said, no, it's not. Let me tell you something. When I was 18 years old, I was dating this girl for 2.5, 3 years. Oh, wow. And one day I woke up and I told her, I said, you know what? I don't want to date you anymore. I said, you know what? I want to date guys. Broke that child heart. And from there, I never went back.
Oh, so now, okay, so you were.
I went back to the other side.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, cheers to that. Cheers.
Okay.
Mom's at home looking at her like, I told you.
I told you so. She's like, I told you so.
All right, Roses, it must be different for you, boo-boo.
I will say, I've been knowing that I was gay since I was 4.
Okay.
I had little crushes on little girls when I was a little girl. Yeah. And so when I came out to my parents, I decided to make my own bread, have my own space before coming out because I'm in a brown household again, in a very Christian household. So I decided one day I was gonna have a courage and I went up to my mom and I was really scared as the Bible was something that was preached to us day and night. But something that I've learned is the love that mothers have for their kids is undeniable. And so my mom, the main thing that she told me was like, she doesn't want to lose me and that she'll love me for who I am.
Right.
And so that meant the world to me. So that was my first time.
Ah, that's great. That's a beautiful story.
Shout out to all the moms.
Shout out to the moms. All right. Alexis, were you blessed in either coming out? I don't know if you straight, gay, what's going on over here?
So my first time was not sexy at all.
Oh, Lord.
I was 18. I remember it was a summer before I left to college. See, I was a bit of a square, like in my younger days. Then I had my first kiss till I was 15. So, you know, 18, I guess, I don't know I think that's old nowadays. Kids are moving fast. But anyway, I remember it was a guy that I was dating over the summer. This was after my heartbreak. Yeah. It was the bounce back.
The rebound.
So we were dating. He was getting ready to go to the military. And we were in his parents' house, and it was a horrific experience. And I remember right before I left to college, I told my mom, and I confessed, and I, told her I had sex for the first time, and she was like, okay, well, how do you feel, and everything. And the next week I was in the doctor's on birth control. Like, she didn't want to take no chances, and neither did I. But it's crazy, because after that first time, I think that it was, I don't want to say traumatizing, but it really was not an enjoyable experience. I waited, I think, another 2 years before I ever did anything ever again.
And everybody's experience is different. My very first time, like willingly having sex at 18 years old, it was not joyful. And I think everybody's experience is not the same. But it's like, you know what, whether your experience was good or not, you have to pick yourself up and continue going if that's what you choose to do, So
you could wait 2 years or go at it again if it was good.
Right.
Agreed.
I definitely waited.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies, thank you for sharing your first with me.
Yes.
Oh, I hope this ain't your first and last time coming on the show, Roses.
Absolutely.
And ladies, y'all been here before. I know that first time was good because you keep coming on.
Right.
Oh,
We love her.
All right, you know what was here for the first time? Honeyland Festival. We got to check it out. So coming up next, you get to see what we did. Stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about First, and you can't talk about First without talking about Honeyland Festival, which had its inaugural event in Houston this year. And listen, they had food, so the Nightcap crew was there. They had drinks, so the Nightcap crew was out there. And of course, they had music, so the Nightcap crew was out there. And let me tell you, despite the weather, we had a time. Check it out.
Baby, you thirsty. You thirsty, baby, you thirsty. You thirsty, baby, you thirsty. Why you thirsty, baby, you thirsty.
I am with Josh Davis, an award-winning mixologist and the man behind Brown and Balanced, which seems perfect for the Honeyland Festival.
It is perfect. This is just a mesh of just black excellence all over the place. So.
And for people who aren't familiar with Brown and Balanced,
So Brown and Balanced basically is just an advocacy firm to push black and brown bartenders to the forefront, to be at things that like Honeyland, be on the national stage, and really get their names out there and grow. If you're not here this year, make sure you get here next year. Support this. This is literally black excellence. This is music, this is food, this is music, this is everything you want in a festival.
We're here with Bun B. You already know Trill Burgers have taken over the globe, arguably. And I feel like Honeyland Fest lines up perfectly with what Trill Burgers is about.
Yes, absolutely, because it celebrates food, it celebrates sipping, I'm known for that as well, but then also music, right? And Trill Burgers itself is not just a culinary brand, it's a cultural brand. So I believe we have more than enough right to be in this space, and I think that it's beautiful that this kind of space has been created, you know what I'm saying, for people of color to come in, celebrate each other, celebrate our relative successes and respective successes, and just commune together. It's a beautiful thing, even in the rain.
All right, we're here with DJ EFN, who's at Honeyland and just did Drink Champs with Bun B. What's it like?
Oh man, come on, we love being here. We love being in Texas, and Bun B's a legend. So who better be a guest on Drink Champs while we're here than Bun B,
All right, and it's Honeyland so far. How's it been? You enjoying it?
Absolutely, I love Honeyland. I'm really humbled that they brought us out here and thankful, and the people have been amazing. The atmosphere is amazing, so really dope.
First up, how much do y'all love Mama Tab? Auntie Tab! Thank you. Oh my gosh. How is that energy here at Honeyland from all of these fans?
It's been amazing. I'm grateful, honey.
Yeah.
Absolutely grateful.
I mean, you're the one who's teaching so many people to be grateful with life and see the positive in what everything's bringing.
Thank you. I hope
feel
so.
like it's resonating?
I feel like it. Honey, it feels good. I believe so. Yes.
And so Honeyland, this is the first one. What do you feel about it so far? How's the energy been for you?
It won't be the last, okay? You can feel that, right? The energy is good. It's food, it's drinks, it's love, it's just good vibes. So amazing.
I'm very sure this is the first Honeyland. I'm 100% sure. And I'm the first artist to ever perform Honeyland. That's really cool. It's very significant, and it's cool for that. This is Sugarland, but it's Houston.
Honeyland, I am sitting in a room, in the artist room, with every major Black owner of a spirit brand, every major Black chef and culinary, it is unbelievable. Restaurant owners, we all know each other, but we're used to seeing like 3 of us in an event at the same time, but we're literally an entire tent of just us. And the thing that has been, that everyone is saying is, we just never thought we would ever see the day that something like this happened. So the fact that we're seeing it in 2023 and not in 2050, we're excited. All of us, every single one of us.
Oh, we had a time, baby, at Honeyland Festival. I cannot wait for the next one. You already know the Nightcap crew's gonna be all up in there. All right, listen, I want you to slide into my DMs and let me know the first time you tuned into my show. I want to hear what we were talking about, because we be talking about it all. All right, well, cheers to you. We'll see you guys next time, because I know tonight's not the last.